My in-laws caused chaos at my rehearsal dinner, so I walked away from the marriage.
Leave them at the altar if they cause chaos.
Yes.
Don't do that. Bad advice.
My male 39 ex-fiance, Kelly, 40, female, and I were together for 3 years. We are both divorced and have children from our previous relationships. I had kids with my ex-wife, and Kelly got married really young and divorced after 10 years, then met a guy and got pregnant within weeks and tried to work things out, but they couldn't. By the way, this comes from user OKEntrance37, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, we did have our challenges, but always managed to pull through. We are both working class, so when I proposed, we both agreed to either have a very small wedding or hold a larger event later because I would need to save up. She doesn't have a job, and I would need to save up for over a year. We skipped the big wedding and agreed on a ceremony and reception at her family's home, where her aunts live. Great. Kelly and I planned for a very simple wedding to take place in the space at her family's backyard and the garage. Because I was paying for almost everything, they offered to let us use the space as our venue at no cost. Okay, everything's going well.
Yeah. So far, so good.
Good deal. So I purchased the booze with exception to a few cases of beer and paid for the rental chairs and tables. My groomsmen chipped in with a few things while I noticed that her family was being very laid back. Don't get me wrong, it was my wedding and our responsibility. But I noticed that she slowly began listening to them and wanted a few things that were not in our budget. So she wanted a floral arch, and I managed to get one. Her mom began pushing for more stuff to accommodate her family's ideas. We agreed on a bakery cake, and mother-in-law twisted her lips in disapproval. Those things felt annoying, but manageable. Fast forward, and her big brother Justin, male 47, got depressed because he got dumped. The official story is that his wealthy, itchy ex-girlfriend decided to dump him and treated him badly. I regretted letting him stay with us after I learned that he cheated on his ex. This bothered me a lot since his ex helped him out many times and did lots of things for his kids. Zero trust after that. Kelly and her siblings think that he's godlike because he took over the paternal role when her parents got divorced. They give him way too much credit. The guy can't even hold a job, can't even guide his children right, and does lots of entertainment parenting but doesn't teach them responsibility. I can't stand him, and Kelly knows this. He can't talk about his life during his 20s for a whole day, and it's always about how women chased him, how an ex-girlfriend tried to unalive herself, how women had catfights over him. I had to confront him about these weird stories to make him shut up. As the wedding approached, it became more difficult to get Kelly's attention in our relationship. She started taking him on drives to check on his ex. Why? I objected to this. Then he would constantly interrupt us to bring updates on, guess who? His ex.
Ay, oy, oy.
He only wanted to apply to online jobs and ended up trying to enroll me in something that didn't look serious at all. I asked her to make him leave, but she got very angry and stopped talking to me. Kelly and I had a huge argument that I'm sure he overheard. I went to take a shower, and when I came out of the bathroom, I overheard him telling her that he didn't expect me to understand him because I'm too simple.
Oh my God.
I can't remember his exact words, and said he doesn't expect insert my job, to understand his life.
Oh, because OP's like working class. Well, you are a cheater, so I don't expect you to understand how to have a good relationship.
I feel like the job that he has, I think it's like a Hollywood-esque job.
Oh, yeah. The cheating brother, yes. He sounds very egotistical with I had girls chase me.
I had girls fight over me.
Who cares?
He cheated on his ex, and now he's like, we have to check on her. Weird behavior. I immediately confronted him, and not only did she deny everything I heard, but she basically took his side. I punted him out and drove him to mother-in-law's with all of his things. That was 4 months ago, and her family never treated me the same. We had our rehearsal dinner, which was supposed to be a very small gathering. My kids and her kids were present, as well as my parents and maybe 10 other people on my side. Her family kept showing up. I know that her family cooked for the occasion aside from other things that were provided, but the point is that I was restricted from bringing people while her side of the list kept growing and showing up. This is a rehearsal dinner. Why? No one needs to be here for a rehearsal. You want like the immediate people.
You want the people who are there to rehearse. It's not like just like a random party that you were throwing for the wedding. It's like, it's got a job.
Usually both parties agree like, This is the max amount of people that we're inviting. There's a little bit of food tasting.
Running through when people are going to do.
It's like a pre-game pretty much. It's like a pre-party. You do a little bit of the rehearsal where you walk, where you go, who you're partnered with. You walk down the aisle. Great. It's fun stuff. It shouldn't be this big of a party. The worst part is that her mother got wasted. My family and I are very low-key and a bit shy. And mother-in-law is belligerently wasted and started to act vulgar. I took her comments about me and Justin in stride just to keep the peace, but my family felt uncomfortable and I knew that she was trying to insult me.
Not at the freaking wedding rehearsal. Why are we insulting the groom?
And I guarantee you Justin's in the background going like, woohoo, that's my mom.
He's the worst. Don't even know why I showed up to this stupid wedding rehearsal.
He probably has a mouth full of like food and like 3 beers ready to go.
I don't even know why I'm at this wedding rehearsal. Women chase me all the time.
I pulled Kelly's side about 4 times to ask her to control her mother. To her credit, she tried to get her mom to sit down. Her family, an older aunt and 2 cousins, also got wasted and got pretty loud. By the time we were supposed to show some pictures on the monitor, nobody was paying attention and Justin was telling jokes and acting like the event was about him. The chairs had been pulled away from the tables and the burgers and hot dogs intended for the kids were missing. I asked my parents to take my kids home, and after raging inside for the whole night, I decided to ask my friends to help me load all the booze and stuff that I had contributed that were physically kept at her family's home into our cars. Everyone went quiet after that. Oh no, OP. They're gonna think you ruined the party. You're the party pooper.
Uh-oh. This isn't going well.
This is not going well.
I mean, your wife needs to be more on your side. It seems like she hasn't really been on your side that much.
No, not at all. I was going to say, like, if family members or like if your partner's side of the family is just completely rude to you and your partner's not standing up for you, or at least like she's making excuses for them, not a good sign.
Terrible sign.
Especially since what we've at least gotten your side of the story, it seems like you haven't done anything wrong and tried to communicate with your partner. And what is she doing?
Big old heap of nothing. When she denied that her brother had said anything bad about you and you were there when you heard it, that would have been like, I don't know if we can continue. Not necessarily saying you have to break up, but I would be like, I don't know if we should get married right now if we're not on the same page about how your family's treating me.
And especially your brother is very toxic. I just don't like his presence. And she doesn't support, at least a cordial like distance. She's not being fair to you. Back to the hot dogs and burgers. It was a complete crap show. Kelly started crying and promised that her family would apologize. I didn't want to talk because her family used our rehearsal to party on my dime. I went to stay with a friend. From all this, what hurts the most is that hers and my kids, so her kids as well, had to see the wasted spectacle, and my parents had to see me in an embarrassing situation. Kelly and I talked. She was very eager to fix things, but while I still love her, I don't see myself repeating the experience. I knew her family wasn't perfect, and of course mine isn't either, but I had very, very little support from her. She says that her family were being just a big family, talking among themselves and being loud, and that while she understood that I was offended, I caused a scene and she didn't disown me. I haven't been able to sleep because I feel empty and alone. It took a lot from me, but I decided that we should cancel the wedding.
I think that's absolutely the plan. I think a lot of people jump to like, oh, break up, like, pre-divorce. At least cancel the wedding.
What you need to do, you need to have a full-on conversation with Kelly and let her know, like, hey, that wasn't cool. And I'd stop making excuses. Like, I think we should just elope.
And maybe that ends with a breakup, but like also it might just end with like, we can't get married right now. We have to go to some sort of therapy, and then maybe in like a year we can reassess.
Yeah, I think this is time for you. Like, you don't want to rush any of this. So take your time. I know it's going to be a lot more drama to, ensue, but
also maybe this is leading towards a breakup.
Who knows? Maybe it might strengthen your bond and strengthen your communication with everything.
We are about to find out.
I never want to see her mom or her brother again. I will never ask her to cut them off because despite everything, it's not fair and she will hate me. Also, she would never do it. And the fact that my parents said they would support whatever I decided, but they would prefer not to attend my wedding, but would go anyway because they wouldn't do that to me really stung. So my family was ignored and I was treated poorly. And I'm supposed to act like nothing happened? And by the way, you can act like something's happening every single day with us. You can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. You can go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime.
Very true, very true. But there's a little bit left to the story. It does seem like they're heading for breakup right now.
He's trying to be as fair as possible. He's like, I'm not trying to give you an ultimatum here, so I'm just doing the hard cut for you. Like, I can't deal with your mother. I can't deal with your brother.
I mean, they've already had a lot of conversations where he said, like, hey, you're not standing up for me. Like, hey, your family's treating me poorly. And like, just over and over has not been heard.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to like, okay, you have 3 strikes. It's like, listen, I didn't see anything, and now that I'm telling you this, now you want to change it? No.
Too late.
And I think that's very fair on OP to be like, I'm not going to make you cut off your brother and cut off your mom. Like, you love them. I don't like them, and I can't be around them. Sorry. It's just your family doesn't like me now. I don't like them. It's not going to work. Kelly did not take the cancellation very well, but I just can't do this. I said I will pay the remaining portion of the lease to avoid getting her and her kids punted, but our relationship is over. I already removed my things to avoid dragging a painful breakup. I know I will never go back, but her words about not disowning me hurt me because despite feeling that I'm on the right, I feel like I failed her somehow. Like she feels that I gave up and that she feels my walking out was far worse. Am I the a-hole? We have some comments. Let's jump right into them. Comment 1. If this is real, this was a dumpster fire. You didn't dodge a bullet. You dodged a nuke. Holy hell. I will say this, though. In regard to the brother, he may have been parentified. That can cause a lot of stuff to erupt when you're older. He was treated godlike.
And it's like, it seems like he was definitely parentified, so he's definitely got to have some issues when it comes to that.
Like the savior complex, too, where he's like, I save this family, so I get whatever I want. He's old enough to quit it, though. But he may not even realize he's being an obnoxious butt. OP says, yes, I agree. The other portion of their anecdotes were about how he became their warhorse against father-in-law during the divorce, and how he had to take everyone in when he got married, also at an early age, and how this destroyed his marriage because he had to put their kid in their bedroom and accommodate 4 people on the nursery. My ex, mother-in-law, and her 2 brothers.
Which is absolutely like a really probably traumatic thing and really hard thing to have dealt with at a young age, but also not OP's problem, and shouldn't mean that he gets to take it out on OP.
That also shouldn't be your personality. Like, I get it. He did something right. I will give him his credit. Like, you took everyone under your wing and you stood up and you matured and you did what you had to do. But you cannot use that and weaponize that as like, I took care of everyone. I get the final say. I am the best here. The situation exploded because his ex came from a well-to-do family, and she made him move into her family's spare room in their land. And this caused a huge problem because mother-in-law soured on her. My uneducated impression, I'm assuming. Maybe he's trying to preserve that sense of heroism by acting ridiculous. Comment number 2. The only thing that can make you the a-hole is not canceling after she helped her brother stalk his ex.
Especially the ex that he cheated on.
He cheated on her.
It seems like everyone's chill with it.
Again, because it's the hero complex. He's like, but he did that thing when we really needed him, so you know what? He can have his good deed, his big brother deed, negates everything.
He is diplomatic immunity.
He is literally immune to being a bad guy. But that is the end of that story.